Okay, I think we're all set and ready now. So yes, hope you all are doing well. My name is Ebere Chikezie. If you are just seeing me for the first time, I am a Nigerian CC based in the United Kingdom, England to be precise. So today I've made a compilation of 10 things I think you should know before you decide on moving down to the UK. And due to my current status of being pregnant, you know, yeah, there's this thing called the pregnancy brain where my brain might disappoint me at some point in terms of remembrance. So I have my note down here where I've jotted down things I could just pick and then talk. So get comfortable, let us dive right in. And besides, for everything I'm going to be telling you guys today, everything I'm going to be sharing, do well to make further research for, you know, fuller and deeper details. Okay, so first things first, if you intend to come over to the UK to settle down, do not think about doing that on a visitor's visa. The visitor's visa is that one you get, and then, you know, you're expected to stay usually probably like 2 entries. You're not expected to exceed 3 months on the stretch. If you intend to settle in the UK, do not do that with a visitor's visa, because you know what? With a visitor's visa, you are not able to get the health insurance, that's the NHS, the NHS surcharge. You are eligible to apply alongside your visa, that's the health surcharge, if you're coming as a student, if you're coming, you know, with a work visa. But on a visitor's visa, no, you are not entitled to that. And obviously with a visitor's visa, you are not able to work. You know, it's just come visit within 3 months and then you should leave. Plus on a visitor's visa, you do not have enough time to be able to regularize your stay, make certain adjustments, try to fit into the system. You're not able to do much, you know, within 3 months. Something else to take note of and to know is, if you are coming to settle in the UK, children born in the UK, I believe since after 1963, do not qualify for automatic citizenship. Compared to other countries like the US, I know if a child is born in the US, they automatically become citizens. But here in the UK, it doesn't work like that. But do you know the good thing as compared to the US? In the US, when children have citizenship, you are not able to apply as a parent of a child living in the US for resident permit just because your child is a citizen. No, usually the children need to be up to the age of 21 before they're able to bring their parents over. But here, good news, good thing is, here in the UK, if your child is a citizen, you automatically qualify for resident permit as a parent to a citizen. Now, you're gonna ask me, if you're coming as an immigrant, you know, you are not a British citizen, how is your child supposed to get British citizenship? One of the surest ways children of immigrants get citizenship status usually is by the amount of time they've stayed. So if your child has stayed continuously, if they must leave the country not longer than 90 days in a year, then with continuous stay in the UK, by the time from when they are born till the age of 10, they qualify for citizenship. For your child to qualify for citizenship, I mean due to staying for 10 years in the country, has nothing to do with your status. So whether you're legally staying in the country or not, your child qualifies for citizenship. For couples or parents who happen to have children who've qualified you know, for citizenship, and they themselves probably have been living illegal in the country, yeah, for this amount of time, then it's possible for them to make application with their children for resident permit. Yeah. Something else to be aware of is, if you stay continuously in the UK legally for 10 years, you automatically qualify for citizenship. And by that I mean, if for whatever reason, if you've been renewing your visa, let's say you got in here as a student, for example, and then maybe you came in with you know, 2.5 visa the first time, you keep renewing it. By the time you continually, you know, maybe get a job eventually, and then your company puts in application for you, you just continuously stay in the country for up to 10 years, you automatically qualify for citizenship. This particular point shook me, like when I first came to this country, realizing that rents are paid monthly. And when I'm telling you monthly, it's not small money. It's not like £100 monthly, it's over £500, especially when you stay in London. Like, you know, when you stay in the city, it's quite expensive. However it is, you just have to pay your rent monthly. Imagine where you have to pay £500, for example, every month. And wait, when I'm telling you £500, you might be, it's not for just for one room in a flat. Probably it is that ridiculous. So you have to work every month, because no stories. Not only are you paying monthly bills, which is taking me to my next point, you're paying high exorbitant bills. If you have a car, you're paying insurance, you're paying your road tax, you're paying, you know, just for running on the road, you pay tax for running on the road. Yes, if you park anyhow, you get to pay for it. You know, for wrong parking, you get charged for wrong parking, for parking where you're not supposed to park. The letter will just land at your doorstep. You have to pay your water bill, your gas bill. I'm going to break it down. When we're talking about this bill, I'm not talking 20 or 30 pounds here or 50 pounds here. For example, if you have your council tax bill, that's the council is responsible for taking out your bins, you know, waste and all. You're not paying anything less than 100 and something pounds a month. You're paying for electricity, you're paying for your gas, depending on how you use it, but usually around 20-30 pounds or more, depending on how, you know, how many people you are in your house and what your consumption rate is. Be doing all of this calculation on top of the monthly rent. Have you also imagined that in some areas you get to pay for dirty water? So that water running through your sink that goes down the drain, you get to pay for it. It is ridiculous, I tell you. So imagine all of these things I've mentioned now. Car, blah 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 blah. Okay, even if you want to minus car for the meantime, because London, for example, here in England, has very good you know, public transportation. So some persons in the meantime might not necessarily want to get a personal, you know, car, so you can still deal with the public transportation, which is really good, highly recommendable. All you need is just your Oyster card to tap and then, you know, get going. Right, so all of these other bills I've mentioned, you know, the council tax, water, gas, blah blah blah, is running to 500 to 600 pounds a month, on top of the one room you're living in. Let's say you're living in a room apartment as a starter, as a single person, for example. All of these bills is what you're expected to pay on a monthly basis. It will also do you good to also note that the minimum wage as an adult above 25 is not less than £8.70. So whatever it is, whatever job you get, you know, your hands on, the least you ever get per hour is £8.70. So younger people, I think from the age of from 21 down, thereabout, and you know, £7 thereabout, £6 thereabout, you know. So yeah, and this minimum wage gets to get reviewed usually, I think around every April of every year. They get to top it up with something. When I first came about 4 years ago, it was about £8.50 or £8.20, but now, you know, it's far lot better. This other bit is very important to know. As an immigrant who's just coming to the country, who has just come into the country, you are not entitled to benefit. No, the benefit system usually is kept for citizens of the country and then people who are destitute. So even you as an immigrant who's just coming to the country, say a year or two, or you know, however amount of time it is you have come, if you happen to fall under the situation that you are not able to fend for yourself, then there is a process to go through for you to be able to entitle to benefit. But first of all, before we get there, the reason is because when you come into the country, there's this card, you know, on your resident permit. There's this card called the BRP, that's the biometric resident permit. So under BRP, it's usually written at the back of it, as a student or however it is, where as an immigrant coming to the country, it's written on the back of your BLP, no recourse to public fund. And that simply means that you are not entitled to housing benefit, you are not entitled to public funds, you cannot seek money, funds from the government. And this condition, this no recourse to public fund condition, usually can be changed. For that condition to be changed, is usually based on the government discretion in terms of your, you know, present circumstance. So certain circumstances people present themselves with or push forward to get that condition changed is usually some persons come as probably a single parent, let's say a woman for example, who's got leave to remain, and then, you know, she happens to be destitute in the sense that she's not able to fend for her family, she's probably pregnant and she's a single parent, the man in her life has abandoned her with the children and she's not able to cope, she's not able to feed the children and all. Then she can go to usually maybe government organizations like charity organizations, usually, because they get to help you. This is a very good tip, very inside gist you know, so they get to go to government funded charity organizations that get to you know, solicit on behalf of them to the government to help these people. So once your case gets approved, then that condition gets changed. Then the woman and her children, or then that parent and the child, usually whether a man or a woman, can then get, you know, housing benefits. Usually that's where they start from. They get a good roof over their heads, and then, you know, the children, they get some money to be able to support their feeding and all, and then you as the parent taking care of them. If you're not able to work at the time, you get supported as well. So this is how you get to qualify for public funding as a non-citizen in the country. All right, my friends, I hope you're able to pick a thing or two. If there are more things you'd like me to talk about, you know, as regards moving, relocating to the UK, feel free to leave them in the comment section, and based on all what I've said, make further research. And if you still want to ask me questions, feel free. As a matter of fact, I look forward to it. Drop them in the comment section and I will definitely get back to you. Yeah, until next time, have a nice day.